Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And on the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Fred VanVleet.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
So the opening lineup for the Heat. Wiggins is out there with Bam Adebayo. Then it's Mitchell. Then it's Tyler Hero. And it's Ware in at the 5. Home in the paint. And for the Rockets, running the wings, they'll go with Green and Brooks. Alperen Şengün out there with Thompson. And it's the great in at the point. And both teams look to move the ball around, stand to create more offense.
Well, that's usually the best way to attack, especially against good defenses. Ball movement moves the defense, and when you've got the defense on the move, that's when you can break them down and get high percentage shots. It takes patience. It takes unselfishness.
It seems to be the most efficient way, doesn't it?
It does, especially against really good defenses.
Here's the great outside Green. Buries it from three-point range.
Oh, not even thinking about it. When Green is catching and firing like that, you know he's feeling it.
Ware passes to Wiggins. Nice D from Brooks. And so Brooks will bring it up for the Rockets. And their win streak is now up to an incredible 32 straight games, which puts them one game shy of those amazing 1972 Lakers.
Well, I don't say this lightly. This group could very well be one of the best teams I've ever seen. To win this many games in a row is unthinkable. And if I'm in the locker room coaching this group, the one thing I'd be telling my guys is not to get distracted by the record. Stay focused on tonight, just as we have throughout the streak.
Green against Wiggins. It's deflected. Miami again turning it over. Looking for the first basket of the game. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd, and that's obviously easier said than done.
Well, on the road, your defense needs to withstand runs from the other side, and that wasn't the case for them.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Now, Hero. His scoring numbers are pretty strong. He's up there at 21 points a game on average. Here's the great. And there's the big-time jam. He slams it right over Mitchell.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. For the Houston Rockets, they come in off a good outing against the Minnesota Timberwolves. So, Stan, you can talk about this. We always hear about Heat culture at the Miami franchise from top to bottom. Everybody is all in and focused in one direction, aren't they?
Yeah, Kevin, I think that is the greatest strength the Heat have had as an organization, is they are all on the same page. And I think they've done it in large part because they have great continuity. if you just look up and down their staff, guys have been there forever. And that allows them to have a very consistent culture.
And teams have tried to copy that, and it's been very hard, hasn't it?
Well, it's been hard because the part they leave out is the consistency part. You can't build that kind of culture when you're making changes with your coaching staff and your front office every 2 to 3 years.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Bam Adebayo talked about how his mentality has evolved over his career. He said, shoot the ball. I feel like that's been my evolution. It sounds very simple. And I came into this league as a defender. I feel like the progression's been shoot the ball, worry about everything else later. Kevin?
He certainly, DA, is a two-way threat. And the call will go against the great. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Rockets, Tari Eason's checked in for Dylan Brooks. And Cam Whitmore's subbed in for Green. Jaime Jaquez, he's checked in for Miami. Adebayo passes to Mitchell, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. That one on Thompson.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
It's his first trip to the line.
And, of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
And he makes the first. Nikola Jovic is checked in for the Heat. Duncan Robinson comes in for Hero. He hits both from the stripe. Coach, what did you like to see from your teams at this point of the season?
Well, you would think, Kevin, that at this point, we would be making fewer mistakes, and especially mental mistakes where we break down. There's always going to be physical mistakes. You're going to have some turnovers. Hopefully they're not out of carelessness. But you shouldn't be missing rotations or not executing a play, not setting a screen. Execution and attention to detail should be good by now.
And here we go. Fast break, and Whitmore's got it. These players have excelled at setting up their teammates this month. The 2K leaderboard shows us the recent assist leaders. Well, you look at the great, third in assists and a great leader.
Really been in sync with his teammates over that period. I mean, his passing has been phenomenal.
He misses the free throw. Jalen Green's checked in for the Rockets. Fred VanVleet comes in for the great for the Rockets. Dylan Brooks comes in for Cam Whitmore. And the great subbed in for Fred VanVleet. And then for Miami, Ware's checked in. And it's Tyler Hero in for Andrew Wiggins. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. Tyler Hero out there with Duncan Robinson. Then there's Jaime Jaquez. And it's Jovic in at the power forward.
And watching that defensive effort right there, you wonder how much they want this game.
Yeah, I got to agree. Their defensive commitment's got to be a lot better.
Now, here is Robinson, still without a basket.
And doing a much better job from three-point range than they were in the first. It's going to help them chip away at that lead.
Here's the great. It's an 18-point game. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Rockets.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
And they've also done a great job converting their opportunities at the stripe. Lots of chances and making the most of them.
Cam Whitmore, he's checked in for the Rockets. Adebayo is checked in for Miami. Davion Mitchell comes in for Robinson. Back to Adebayo. Here's Jaquez. That one falls coming off Adebayo's feet. 9 points for Jaime Jaquez. They stand from 15 feet in. Not many players more dangerous in this NBA than Bam Adebayo.
No, there's not, Kevin. He's got the total package when he gets in the mid-range area on down. He can shoot the mid-range jumper above the rim to finish. He can score with his back to the basket, and he's an outstanding passer.
We haven't even mentioned his defense, right? Because his defense is off the charts.
Always an all-defense consideration.
Here's the great. He's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game. Whitmore, it's blocked.
And watch how Hero uses a burst of speed to get ahead of the shot, managing to swat that one away.
Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Well, G.A. Adebayo came from very humble beginnings.
Yeah, raised by his mother. And Kevin, Bam's main motivation in life was to get her out of that trailer. He worked extremely hard, and now arguably a top 25 player.
I don't know any coach who wouldn't love to have a Bam Adebayo. His versatility and commitment to the game are just outstanding.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Thompson comes in for Jari Eason. And Jalen Green subbed in for Cam Whitmore.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
And here are the Heat now. The Rockets making the shot. Adebayo against Thompson. Kicks it out to Mitchell. That three off the mark. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. And that will be the third of 5 straight played at home.
A whole selfless play right there from Green. He's all about getting it to the open man.
Rockets have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts, 81%. No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
The Heat trail by 20. Knocked away. The great passes to Green, and Green slams it in.
Look at Green just taking off and throwing it down right in the face of the defense.
Miami's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots, 6 of 13. Outside, Hero. Pass to Mitchell. In the corner, it's Wiggins. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Wiggins has got 9 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Rockets lead by 19. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Andrew, they shot the lights out in the first half. What has to change?
Get back. Focus on getting back, guarding your man, and not taking these real.
It starts with a man-on-man challenge. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
And with All-Star Weekend approaching quickly, here's an update on how the dunk contest contenders are shaping up.
A lot of high flyers on this list. I've seen what they can do in-game. Curious to see what they can do on the big stage when the lights are bright.
It's hard to go wrong with anyone from this group. I'm good. Front row seat.
And going back now to that first half, you could say things are going extremely well for the Houston Rockets.
Everything they touch on the offensive end right now is turning to goal. It makes life easy when most of your play calls are working.
Yeah, they came in with the right approach, and the execution, spectacular. And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And with the big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. It's been one outstanding game from the great.
You know, I don't think he'll top the assist charts this year, but early on he's done a great job of keeping the ball hopping around.
Yeah, and I'm a little surprised, but he's been focused on passing the ball. You gotta give him credit.
Running the wings, they'll go with Green and Brooks. Thompson is out there with Alperen Şengün. And it's the great in at the 1. And that's the group in there for Ime Udoka as we begin the second half.
And we've seen this all night. Green with a wide range of ways to score. And boy, he just keeps coming.
Now, Hero over Green. Hero, no good.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
The great passes to Şengün. Here's the great from the arc. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Wiggins in the post. Brooks covering. Shot clock at 5. The Heat need to get a shot off. And here's Mitchell from the arc. Şengün with the rebound.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Now, here's Mitchell. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Hits it from three-point range.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Here's the great. He's got 13. Another miss by Houston.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Rockets leading by 19. Here's the great. And Adebayo sends it back.
That's great anticipation by Bam. He sees the game so well, doesn't he?
Here's the great. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. The great's got 15. The Heat trail by 21. And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Greg, you look at today's point guards, so many different types that can be effective.
And there's a lot more freedom for point guards to kind of explore the parameters of their game. Sometimes it's steadying an offense. Other times it's to ignite it.
Now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Jalen Green.
And guys, I think the best way to measure his performance these last 10 games is his effective field goal percentage, which has improved, a sign that his game is in much better shape than it was not too long ago.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Adebayo finds Hero. A three-pointer. Wiggins. It's rebounded by Houston. Şengün's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up. And the efficiency is there, but the aggressiveness is really lacking. So far, it hasn't hurt them, though.
Adebayo passes to Wiggins. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Here's what the Houston Rockets schedule looks like. On Wednesday, they'll be taking on Klay Thompson and the Dallas Mavericks. And then on Friday, they'll be matching up with Al Horford and the Boston Celtics.
And for the matchup with the Lakers, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
Houston making a switch here. Eason's checked in. Then for the Heat, Jaime Jaquez comes in for Hero. Robinson is subbed in for Mitchell. And so he hits both. The Heat have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. Adebayo passes to Jaquez. Wiggins outside. Robinson with it. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got 3 assists now in this one. Gets that one through the hole, making now 7 of 13 in this game.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession. Well, they're behind, but it's certainly not because of him. He's doing everything he can. He just needs more help from his teammates.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Andrew Wiggins at the line for 1.
Free throw good, Wiggins.
And the winner's mentality Wiggins has is commendable. A hard worker who wants to keep improving.
Here's the great. Off target with his 3.
Another miss. He is struggling for the quarter.
Wiggins outside. There's the screen to the middle. Picked his pocket. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Here's the great. Triple from the wing. The great's got 9 points here in the second half. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Houston.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And they're also finding a good deal of their points off turnovers tonight. Seems like every time they come up with an extra possession, they find a way to convert.
So it's Miami now, following the 3 by Houston that way. Adebayo, he's off on that one. Rockets have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. Here's Şengün, and Şengün throws it down.
Even without the explosive athleticism, Şengün still able to play above the rim.
Timeout called, the Heat.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Well, if you're just going to let them score inside at will, you might as well pack your bags.
So for the Rockets, Adams, he's checked in for Şengün. And it's Jabari Smith in for Thompson. A minute 20 left in the third. Robinson finds Jaquez. Here's Jovic. Nothing on the board. 6 to shoot.
And now a look at Jalen Green. He's been more than solid over the last month. He's putting up about 20 points per game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And with his skill set on the offensive end, he is such a threat on the floor.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy that makes life easier for his teammates. He demands so much defensive attention.
Here's the great. 22 points for him. Outside, Green. His 3-pointer's off the mark.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And the layup's good off the glass. The great's got 24.
Well, he's been very reliable tonight, not wasting any chances, really using his head.
And Robinson wide open. He shoots. It's good from long range.
Well, this is what Robinson is out here to do. I like how aggressive he is shooting it from outside.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Smith outside. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Smith's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Robinson for 3. The great grabs the miss. The great's got 5 rebounds tonight. Green with a screen on Robinson. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
Yeah, really a perfect way to finish that quarter on a strong, positive note.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Houston on top, delivering the blowout. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Toyota. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great passer.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of. So we see Houston taking the W here. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for being with us tonight on 2K Sports. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, the GREAT.